I'm back with another video. This time I wanted to talk to you guys about some free resources and almost free resources that I used. I have this interactive text. This is from California Science. I think it's Hardcore or Macmillan and McGraw. So it's gonna be Common Core. I don't know how you feel about that. I'm not against it. I'm not a fan, but it's a good spine, which means, for those who don't know what a spine is, it's basically like your main outline, and then you can veer off from there and use other resources with your lessons or your units. So this one comes with it. This is a series, or not a series, but they're kind of like different parts of the same thing. So this is the interactive text. This is the activity lab book. And this is the reading and writing in science. So basically you start with reading in the text. It's all full color, beautiful. Let me show you guys the table of contents. Too close. And then, okay, I'll read it to you in a second. I just want you guys to take a look. And so basically here we've got plant life cycles, animal life cycles, Earth's minerals, Earth's past, Earth's resources, objects in motion, and forces at work. So these are good. They're very, very basic information, but really, it's plenty. Well, depending on this is for grade, I'm not sure, grade 1 or 2, either one. But, it's good. It's a good jump start or starting point, and I like to use additional books to kind of reinforce the lesson and add more information, activities, and things like that, and make it real fun. So then we have this activity book where it corresponds to the lesson or the unit, and we have like different worksheets and activities. So like, for example, which leaf do you have? What are the parts of plants? Okay, this is reading and writing in science. Again, it's a part of the same, that interactive text. And you'll have here like, okay, here has like a worksheet to fill out, reading and writing. So this reading and writing, for example, you would read the poem, The Seed, and it says read the poem on page 22 and you answer these questions. So there are some downfalls to these free resources. Like, for example, I had no The Seed poem, but the questions are really basic about seeds, and you can get them from any informative textbook or encyclopedia or even a storybook. So, or another poem about a seed. So basically they just need to read something and answer these questions. Let me show you what the questions are so that you could see the type of questions, you know, you would have. But you look through this and then you can amend those things and have it work for you. So I'm gonna have them read a couple of the books that we've ordered for gardening, and it does talk about seeds in there, and I'm sure they'll have all the answers to those questions. It's not a big deal, we don't have the poem. But it's a really great science curriculum, I think. Again, with some additional resources in my opinion. All right, and then I have a math curriculum, grade 1, as you see. It's really dry. We don't use this because we use another math curriculum, but I printed this out before I had ordered the math curriculum, and in a pinch, if you're waiting for books to arrive, if you don't know what you really need and you just kind of want to do the basics of math and just get their brains working, this could also be review for summer or whenever you have breaks. It just all depends on the type of student you have. But it's like counting by 2s, counting by 5s, that's how it begins, then 10s, and lots of greater, less than, and all the basic things that they're supposed to learn at grade 1. So I think this is from k5learning.com. This was, I'm gonna link the PDF in the description box. Same with this, it's a website. And then I got, okay, let's see, we're on language arts now. Okay. So, and by the way, I'm sure there are other math resources, but this is what I found that I wanted to share with you guys. This is a language arts textbook that I printed out. It was free, obviously. That's what this video is about. And this is a book called Treasures. So it is, I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's definitely Common Core. Again, I'm not against or for. There are people who feel it's, you know, controversial, but you don't need to make this the thing. Like, you can choose, you can pick and choose what works for your homeschool. So this is, I think for me, it's a good guide, and then I add what I think I need to add and take away what I think isn't important, or that we can cover maybe later on, or maybe incorporate in a different way. So here you have, this is for grade 2 or 3. No, grade 2, I think. I'll leave all that information in the description box as well. But basically it starts out, it eases them in with like the pictures and the words here, and they need to write it. So it's good for like handwriting as well. You have questions here. There's some stories that I had to print out separately because they weren't included in this PDF. So I had to like search for the different stories and print them out. And again, if you can't find, which I didn't find all of them, I just basically, the ones I couldn't print out, the stories that go along that with some of the activities in here. For example, I had to print out this David's new friend story, and that because it had questions about character, setting, character, setting, and all these other things. But again, it's really about reading comprehension and being able to relay the information. So if you can't find David's new, or if for some reason you couldn't print it out or whatever, you can read something else and do character and setting, you know? So it just takes a little bit of thinking and working on the parents' end, but nothing stressful or impossible. So then there's like passages that you read and answer, or actually the parent does the comprehension check and how many words they read, how many errors and words, and how many correct words they read. So we don't really use this, or we haven't used this at all yet, because again, I found a better free resource, and then I also ordered and bought some other language arts curriculums and books, but this is really good if you don't have access to anything for now. It works. It's you know, and if you like Common Core, this is perfect for you. So that's that. And then my favorite of the free resources, as you can see, we use it quite often, are, so they're not as hard as these books, but we've got the vocabulary. I just called it vocabulary for lack of a better word, but yeah, I labeled this myself and named it myself. This is grade 1, grade 2. And this is also from K5 Learning. So you have different subjects on there you could check out. So again, it eases them in, it's full color. So with pictures, which one is the one that's written here? The word that's written match with the picture. So per lesson they have, or per unit or per topic, they have 6 lessons. So then you've got, you know, handwriting here with the lines for them, and they have to pick which word describes the picture and rewrite it under. So then it goes into correct definition. They give you a word, ask you which definition is correct. And they might need some help reading some of these things. It's not as self-guided at grade 1, but this is an amazing amazing book here. Here we've got sentences, and it just goes through a bunch of different things, a bunch of different pertinent things they need to know. Multiple meaning words. I mean, some of these things we're not learning in grade 1. Homophones, we're doing that. What I do with the homophones that I want to share is I can't expect my kid to read that and know. And I want him to do his work independently. So what I do is I try to draw something that he could look at for reference, or write something under the word or next to it. So meat and meat, I wrote hi under meat, and then under meat, the steak meat, I drew, or I tried to draw a piece of steak, and then I wrote yum. And then for ant and ant, I drew a little ant, and then for aunt, or aunt, some people say, I drew a little stick figure with a dress. So then I can just go and make him a snack or something, and he can fill this out while I'm doing other things. So word search. Oh my goodness. My kids, especially my youngest, but they both really love word searches. So I'm going to print them more of those because I want them to love learning. So they're learning the words. That's the main thing. They're enjoying language arts, you know. It doesn't have to be pulling teeth and like horrible for everyone. So then we've got jumbled words. All these types of things. And, you know, crossword puzzle, root words, compound words, words ending in ing and ed. I mean, this is a full, like, I think you can make this work for you for the whole year. And be absolutely fine. For grade 2, you know, it gets obviously a little bit more complex. For example, multiple meaning words. They'll give you different definitions, and then they give you a sentence with that word that's been defined, and ask you out of the 3 or 4 definitions, usually different definitions, different of the word, which one applies to the sentence that is written. So for example, yeah, you could just look at that and pause and screenshot, whatever you gotta do. So I love this curriculum so much. I didn't think I would like it that much because I prefer different, I didn't think I would like it that much, especially since it's free, but oh my goodness, we use this all the time in conjunction with our other language arts materials. So you can get, so we went over what? Science, math, language arts. Those are like the main subjects, besides social studies, geography. And I think you can kind of, with social studies and geography, I'm pretty sure you can find it on there. You can print maps. There's a lot of free resources, which brings me to the almost free resources. So there are 2 that I use. One is three. So 2 are websites and 1 is an app. Let me start with the app. The app is called Epic Reading App. Why I say it's almost free is because it's $5 a month, I think. Or no, I'm sorry. Maybe it's 10. But there's a deal going. I don't know. I'll link all the information, the detailed information like that. I'll link that, or I'll write that down below in the description box. But I want to say anywhere from $5 to $10. The reason why I feel like it may be worth it for some people, it may not be, because if your kid doesn't like reading on an iPad or a phone, you may not get much use out of that. And I didn't think my kids would enjoy it. I don't personally like them to read too much from a device, but when we need extra resources, because where we're at, we can't order as many books as we'd like, because we're a bit far from the States, and like you might know, we're in Ethiopia and shipping costs are ridiculous. So we don't always get to order the supplemental reading books we'd like. So going on Epic and being able to complement our unit studies or whatever we are talking about discussing, we can go write to that app and read something about it, watch a video. There's a bunch of stuff. So I'll try and maybe do like show you on the phone and do like a screen record. If not, check it out. Check it out. You have 30 days free, and then you can cancel after that. Otherwise, they start charging you automatically. But try it out. I think it's worth the 30 days, and then they give you the reminder to if you want to cancel after the 30-day trial. But in that 30 days, my son came to me after I showed him a video of a bee with pollen pockets. And he was like, oh, I know what that is. I'm like, how? And it was the Epic Reading app. So he did some individual reading, or he did some independent reading on there and found out things about bees and related it to real life. So that worked for me. That convinced me. That one instance was enough to convince me that it's worth it. So, but I do still prefer for them to read out of actual books, preferably living books, but or reference books. But yeah, so that's that app. And then we've got the two websites. One is education.com, the other is Teachers Pay Teachers. So Teachers Pay Teachers, you've got the option to filter for free worksheets on there. And it's basically they're designed by teachers, they're filtered by grade, by price. So if you want to pay for stuff, there's also stuff that like you could find stuff for $1, $2, like there's ranges, right? But a bunch of nice stuff for free. So I think where did I get this from? No, this is education.com. So Teachers Pay Teachers. I will try and do some screenshots as I'm talking, somewhere around here maybe, about what I've gotten from Teachers Pay Teachers, and maybe I'll show you some of the worksheets. Now, education.com, that's the one I really use. Mostly because I paid for the year in advance. I think it was like $60. So like $5 a month. And it's so worth it. So worth it. I literally made them like for our China or our Asia unit study. We're focusing on China. I made them a whole book of activities and like printed out stories to go and incorporate in our Asia social studies / geography studies. So basically, again, you filter through grade, topic, whatever. You can just go and play around on that website and see the amazing tools that are there. Like there's a lot of fun stuff on there. It's not only worksheets on education.com, it's also, there's like activity packets, different suggestions, like I'll show you. There's different things on there. And then there's also an app. It's not the greatest because it has a lot of bugs and glitches, but there's also an app that's associated with education.com where you can assign kids different games per subject so that they can, have fun at the same time, like feel like they're playing a game, but they're learning at the same time. So the parent can assign per child, create each profile for each child, and then assign them the games, pick what, depending on what you're studying at the moment, you can pick and assign it to them. And when they open that app, it'll tell them they have assignments to do. It's really, in theory, it's great, but it's still, I don't use it as much because I don't want my kids to get frustrated that something's not working. I don't want to get frustrated it's not working and then it's pointless, all that work. So we just use it really for printing the worksheets and the activity packets. So again, I told you we did China. We have like this little packet of like Lunar New Year when we learn about, it's just a few pages. It's just fun for them to do, feel like it's not really school or like work, but it's like fun stuff. When we learn about the Chinese zodiac. Here's Asian mythology. So this is not obviously for our Asia unit, it's not just China. And we're gonna read a little short story, and it tells you what country it's from. It has questions, and or a question. You know, I guess you have to summarize it, but you can do what you'd like about. Yeah. So you read those little stories. They're fun stories from all over Asia. Then there are things like activities. So like here's Chinese scroll painting. So you do like a, you know, cut a long strip of paper, put fabric on the other side, have them do watercolor, and it's really nice. Like they get an idea of the arts and things. Chinese lanterns, make a Chinese dragon, architecture of Asia, build a pagoda. That's awesome. So look how simple. They're really, really, really easy. Not a lot of materials. And they tell you exactly what to do. They even give you some lead questions, I believe, like of discussion topics, I want to say. But so you can incorporate those fun activities into the learning. There's these cool little things like how to, you know, write in Chinese, little write-up about traditional Chinese clothing. So about the Chinese zodiac. And then I printed out their zodiacs. So dragon and dog are my characters. I'm sorry, dragon and horse. And so those are masks. Then they have their red envelopes. So that's what they traditionally do. They make envelopes for money that's gifted on New Year's or Chinese New Year. So we have that. We have a printout like mini lantern. They have to cut it out and fold, and yeah. So all these fun things, there's much more in here, but I don't want to bore you guys. So all of those I got for free. And I don't know if you can get every single resource without the payment. I still did. Before I paid, I still got a lot of worksheets off of there. But I found the value in it and decided that we should definitely pay for the year because I saw that I was using it a lot. And then last but certainly not least, same from education.com, but since Christmas is coming up, I wanted to make them like a Christmas book, activity book. Here we've got like an Advent activity calendar, some tags like the first day of Christmas, the second day, on the fourth day. Then I got like a bunch of stories. Christmas in Russia, then they have some questions and activities on the back. Christmas in the Netherlands, in the Philippines, Christmas in France. So there's a few of those, so that we can get some social studies, geography kind of going on without feeling like we're working during Christmas. And then some fun stuff like things about the North Pole. I try to do it double-sided. And then you have some coloring sheets. So this is Twas the Night Before Christmas in story, the night before Christmas story, and they color and they can read the story at the same time. Then we've got letters to Santa, different formats. Oops. Sorry. So fun stuff like that. Here's a Christmas tree color by number. We've got some Christmas math. Nothing, it's just, yeah, you know, I just felt like, and then, so they do the subtraction or addition and color by numbers thereafter. So it's just like double step thinking. I like stuff like that, although it's very simple math. So crossword puzzle and all that kind of fun stuff. An acrostic poem, so you can hit different subjects in a fun way during Christmas break. Here's a puzzle that my kids, and I think every kid loves to cut and paste, I don't know. But I know my kids do. So cutting this, we'll paste it on cardboard and make our own puzzle. They'll feel so empowered, I think, doing that. Like they made their own puzzle. They love puzzles. So they would find out that they can make their own. We've got like holiday shapes here. You could make your own. I think it comes with a Christmas tree too. Yeah, it comes with a Christmas tree. And so you can cut out the ornaments and paste them on the tree, and then cut the gifts and the bows and oh, there's a star to top the tree, and then the Christmas gifts to put under the tree. So that's a nice little cut and paste activity. Then we've got Christmas cookie Sudoku, visual Sudoku. So fun stuff like that. And we've just got a whole bunch of these. I printed them out tags so they can maybe make stuff for Christmas and you know, cut out their Christmas labels and give gifts. So those are my free resources. Also, just some fun ideas that maybe, give me a second. So I basically, a couple other things that I did was I found this, I'm not sure where I found this, but I like these a lot, where it has phonetics like slim and slime, then fin and fine, so that they understand wag, wage. I'm not really using this right now. I've used them, so you know, this might be helpful. Plain, just to understand the significance of how adding an E at the end, or how adding an E gives a long vowel sound instead of a short vowel sound. Then I made this I got these little index cards, and this ring actually came with the cards, the index cards. I got this on Amazon, but what's free about it is that I wrote little activity ideas, because sometimes in boredom my kids will ask for the iPad, or like my kids are really usually never bored, but I just wanted to give them like different things to do, because they do love playing with Legos. But for a change, they can come refer to these tags and get ideas of what, you know, some activities they could do. So for example, I have color a page in your coloring book, create something with Play-Doh, create with your pattern blocks, read a science, history, or art picture book, play with your math dice, make a card, play with your math addition, subtraction puzzle, play with your animals and pretend, practice telling time, because we have like a clock that you can what is it called? Wipe erase? Why does this sound weird? Wipe erase? Erase? Yeah. What is it called? Like, anyways, you write and with the wipe. Oh my goodness. You can write with a whiteboard eraser and the time and spin, whatever. But so since I made up the title of the game, I just showed them, and I made a little diagram so they know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I mean, this is stuff like they wouldn't probably necessarily, they will on their own. I don't really play guess the country on the globe. So we have globes, and they can take them and just like play guess the country. Like, there's different fun activities for them that they may not necessarily think of all the time. If they need some ideas, they can just grab this. It's always near them, and then just look through it and get some ideas. They hardly use this because they're really never bored. But yeah, it's just a fun way to, you know, incorporate some new things sometimes. And when I see that they're doing the same thing all the time, I might take that out and just suggest something. So those are my free resources. I hope that it helps you. If you have any comments or questions or suggestions, please comment down below. Definitely subscribe and like, and see you next time for the next video. Thanks guys. Happy homeschooling. Bye.